Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sew Daily News for October 2021. How are you doing, Meg?
I'm doing great. I'm here to report the sewing news.
Exactly. I love this. There's
I
there's
know.
there's always a lot going on, actually. And October is no different. Um, I love October for so many reasons, and one of which is that on sewdaily.com, it is Pantstober. We're going to talk
Yes.
all about sewing pants, pants patterns. We've got pants courses because I love sewing pants. How do
Oh
you
my
feel about
gosh.
pants, Meg?
Great. Actually, I'll stand up. I was sewing these. I had these cut out at the midsummer, and I just sewed them. I sewed them mostly last night, but I had a couple of finishing things. I woke up this morning, I finished them, and now I'm wearing them. So I made pants.
You
They're
made
like these
pants like
mint
today. Oh my gosh.
today. I finished these. They're mint green. I know. I love these pants so much. And it's like a stretch linen, so they're really
What?
stretchy. Yeah.
That's
So I
amazing.
mean, they came to I love this pattern so much. And yeah, so I'm fresh off the sewing machine from making pants. So
Awesome.
I'm really happy.
I've thought a lot and very deeply about what is so awesome about sewing pants. Because I like to think a lot about sewing and it's my job. But I think pants, it's kind of like outerwear. Like you can
Yeah.
wear the same pants, not maybe every day, but like multiple times a week at least. You make a
Oh yeah.
blouse, you can wear it like once every other week,
Yep.
it's more of a like a one-off thing, but pants just like become an immediate like bonus for your wardrobe. Plus they're really, I don't know, it's a pretty straightforward process. I'm never making pants and thinking, oh, this is a really different way to construct pants. It's always pretty similar. So
Yep.
I don't know, I love them. I'm a
Oh,
pantsaholic.
oh, I know. I think yeah, and because they're just so wearable too. Like it's
Yeah.
great to make fun, dresses and but pants, like yeah, exactly. I'm like you can make them so they're just so like comforting. And when I build an outfit, do you start with your top, or the first thing I do is put on my pants and then I'm walking around without a what's gonna go in my pants? I always put my pants on first.
I don't know. That is something
No?
else to ponder. Maybe
Interesting.
so, because it depends on like what mood I'm in, what
Yeah.
pants I'm gonna wear, and then maybe you're right. Maybe that is where I start. I don't
I
know.
always
I'll have
start
to
with
take
pants.
notes next time.
Yeah. we were yeah, even like we were having a discussion over the weekend. I was just hanging out with some my family was in town, and we got onto the conversation of what leg do you put your pants in first. And like, is it if you're
Oh my
right-handed, you put your
gosh.
right foot in first? And then we came to the consensus that yes, because my sister, like the sister-in-law, she's left-handed, she puts her left leg in first. It's just interesting.
I don't know that question either. I'm gonna have to find out after
You have
this
to do some
recording.
research.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, lots of
More
pants.
things to ponder about pants. I love it so much. I
Mhm.
also love our featured free pattern this month,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is your pattern, the Collins culottes. They're amazing. Okay, and I take that back. Like, that's a really different kind of pants construction.
Yeah, that's true. Mhm.
It's got more of a wrap to the front, and you've got a couple of options for how you finish those with either the facing or the
Mhm.
binding. But I have to say, I'm kind of in love with the binding. It gives that
Yeah,
wrap a little bit more definition, and I don't know, it's really
totally.
interesting and different. So, love those. You should go grab that free pattern. I
Yeah.
think it could work for fall too. It opens in the front,
Oh, yeah.
but as we've discussed, you've got options for how far that opening comes. We've also discussed potentially wearing fun tights or socks underneath them, so when that leg splits open and you see that.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
So fun. So many options. So definitely a
Mhm.
pattern to grab.
Yeah, I sketched out the patterns, some patterns on my sketching live, and I sketched out the Collins wrap culottes and like this
Oh,
maroon
fun.
tencel, and then with like a black binding. I think
Hmm.
I've only made for my sampling of the pattern, I only made two versions with the facing. So because our lovely sample maker Bianca, she made the contrasting piping one. So I need to still make a pair with the piping. I guess you could pipe it, but
You
it's
could probably
got
pipe
binding.
it.
You could probably pipe it.
Well, I was just trying to figure out if I could maybe make them in stretch velvet.
Oh,
Maybe. Because
100%.
they would be good
Yeah,
skating pants, like the
totally.
opening when you're
Yeah.
moving, I think that's like a beautiful thing about these pants is that they move so much when
When
you wear
yeah, when
them.
the wind hits, it's like magic when
Yeah,
the
I love it. I love it so
yeah.
much.
So make sure
Um,
to go grab that
yes,
for sure.
absolutely. And think about taking a course, especially if pants is something that is
Yeah.
intimidating to you, because I do think that for new garment sewists, it can be intimidating. But we have a lot of courses to help you through that process. We've got Perfecting the Art of Pant Fitting with Victoria Baylor. We've got the Ultimate Pants Workshop with Ray Cumby. We've got
Hmm.
Jeans Demystified with you, Meg.
Demystified.
And we're also going to have a brand new course that's going to be available in October, but doesn't launch until November. And that's also jeans related, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to be demonstrating how to kind of copycat your favorite fitting ready to wear jeans into a pattern so you can
Mm,
remake it again and again. I mean, yeah.
that's awesome because it's so hard to find that
Yeah.
perfect jeans, just whether you're looking for a pattern or whether you're looking in the store, like it's like the holy grail. It's so hard to
Yeah.
find. So when you do, being able to remake it is like total
Yeah.
sewing superpower.
And the way that, because you can easily stitch rip them all apart.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a pair of like the pants that you love and they're just so beyond repair, you can definitely just take it all apart and lay it, and get the shape. But this method that I teach, it doesn't destroy the jeans at all. And you kind of
Oh,
copy it onto a clear garbage bag and then onto paper. And then it's so cool. I've done it before, but I haven't done like the last time I did it, it was for a jean silhouette that's just I just don't wear anymore. It was like a lower waist. So I have a
mm.
pair of mom jeans that I'm gonna do it too. So it's gonna be
Oh,
fun. And
yay.
yeah, it's gonna be in a cool format too. I'm gonna like pre-film all of the content and then we're gonna have like a live watch party where I'm gonna be in there. And so we all kind of watch the steps together. You can ask me questions and it's gonna be super fun too. We're gonna have some giveaways. And so it's just
Yay.
trying something different. Just
Yeah.
yeah, little
I
pants
love
party.
that. We also have a new episode of So and Tell podcast launching mid-month, and we'll also be talking about pants, more on trends. So if that's something that's interesting to you, be sure to check that out. And we're also going to talk a little bit about how our favorite pants patterns have changed over the last year and a half, because I feel like that's a trend. We're definitely going
Mhm.
more towards comfort, and
Yep.
there's a lot of options in that category as well.
Mhm.
Speaking of patterns, let's talk about new pattern releases. And I think um, our approach to this is going to be kind of new pattern releases, but also recent pattern releases that maybe just caught our eye or made us excited
Exactly.
this month. But it seems like, again, there's quite a big batch.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you directed me to this pattern. The new cashmerette hoodie, the Stanton
Yes.
hoodie is so I love it so much. There's like it's like cropped a bit, which you can make like a little cropped version and like a hood and there's a zippy version. I really want to make my own hoodie. And that just one really stood out to me. Along with the Christine Haynes Dune Tank and Briefs
Yes.
I remember I saw that on Instagram first and the way that even it was like the pattern photography, it oozes like comfort and just like,
Hmm.
oh, I love it so much.
I agree. And I feel like until I saw it, I didn't realize that there didn't feel like there was that in sewing patterns. Like I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
maybe a hole. And when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I haven't made one of those yet because I love the set. It's so cute.
It's yeah, the set like just for oh, I know. Just like lounging around because I am like a when like I would wear this to sleep even in the winter.
Oh
I run
yeah,
really hot when I sleep. I
me
can't wear
too.
full pajamas when I go to bed.
Hmm.
Even in the winter, usually I'm just in like, a t-shirt. So this is like what I would wear in the winter. I'd rather just like do a duvet on top of me, but I personally like to have like as little as possible on me when I'm
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sleeping.
Me too.
But I love to like lounge. It's so funny, Julian. He's like, you get out of bed in the morning and you put on pajamas to like start your day. He's
That's
like, don't
awesome.
you? It just kind of defeats the purpose. So I
Yeah.
love that little set.
Yes, it's so cute. And
Hmm.
speaking of lounging, I know that you have been on a robe kick because I saw your robe and it's amazing.
Yeah, well, this is kind of a new to me pattern. I think I mentioned this last time. Style.com is starting to release their Berta Easy patterns, and they had this
Hmm.
robe pattern that I made in this. It was I got it at Fabricville. I ordered it online. It's called like the Tencel Look, and it's like a silk. It's like a shiny, silky fabric, but it's a bit
Yes.
thicker and
Mm.
in this like kind of sage green. And so I made that robe, and I literally like I've worn it like pretty much nonstop since I made it. It kind of kickstart my sojo this week. I had a robe cut out. I had these Pietra pants, then I had a Penrose blouse cut out. They have been stacked for maybe a couple months, and um, this week I just said I'm just gonna sew these, and it started with the robe, and then I sewed the rest of them while I was wearing the robe. So it's
I would
a great
just like to
pattern.
point out that everything you made was green, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I love that so much.
That's why I have green thread. I
I
just
see
kept the
it.
same green thread in my sewing machine for all three projects.
That's such a smart way to do it. I love that.
Mhm.
Um, a couple on my end that I was really excited about. The True Bias Danny pants and shorts was a recent launch, and those are an elastic waist pant with the shorts option and super cool. You should check those out. I think they could work really well in like a maybe a twill, definitely like a heavier weight linen if you wanted to make those
Oh,
into the fall and winter. And I was thinking about this pattern and I just have to say I think it varies person to person, but I've had a lot of luck with True Bias pants. The Lander pants, Emerson crop
mm,
pants, Hudson pants, like they fit me really well. And I feel like
yeah,
I hadn't really realized that until this pattern came out and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited. Pants from True Bias. They just work for me." And I think that's something you learn as you make patterns and as you kind of test
yeah,
out new
yeah.
pattern designers. There's also the Fotinia top and dress from Fiber and Cloth, which is designed by Alexis Bailey, who's going to be in an upcoming issue of Sew News. I'm really excited about that. This is a really like super comfortable gathered at the neckline with an
Oh,
optional belt, and it just kind
so
of
cute.
falls away from your body. But again, like I feel like this is something that you could definitely make for the cooler months. You probably have to layer it up a little bit, but I just love the look of it. It looks very like, I don't know, artsy, but chic.
Yeah,
And
I
like,
love it.
I love it. Also on the dress front, which is new for me, I'm not a huge dress fan.
I know all of
Um,
yours are like well, two
but
dresses,
I
two,
know it's weird,
two
but
dress
I
picks.
fell in love with the Amal top and dress by Wild Seeds
Oh,
Patterns. And this is, you can make it on the top, you can make it as a dress. It's got, I think it's like a band at the neckline and it's a tent dress. And
oh,
I've seen, but it's kind of closer in on the neckline. So it leaves, it's a nice cut. It's kind of almost like a halter cut on the shoulders. It's not that exactly, but it kind of has that effect. And I don't know. I love the maxi length version. It's super dramatic. It's, I think for fall winter you definitely have to layer it up, but
yeah.
I don't know. maybe I'll have to save that for early spring, summer. I just love it. It's very simple,
Yeah.
but just
I'm
makes
looking
such a statement.
I'm looking at it right now. It's so, like, even I learned like I didn't even know about this even pattern company. I've never heard of Wild Seeds before. So I'm checking them out right now. Like, oh
Yeah,
my, I need this dress. Like that is
it's I love
oh,
it.
I
I love
love it.
it.
You just no I'm like, this calls for no bra. This is gonna be fabulous.
Yes, yes. There's a bunch of really amazing tester versions, and the one that I love is black, of course,
Yeah.
but kind of styled for fall. I fell in love, and I'm still figuring out what are my dresses, but I think like simple silhouette,
Hmm.
but a little bit of drama, easy to wear, easy to style.
Yeah.
I think and maybe not a ton of like overly detailed features. I don't know,
Yeah.
still working on it, but this one, I saw it and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is
I love how
amazing."
there's panels, like it's like a panel seam, so you can have a version where you color
You
block too.
totally could.
Yeah, and I would add some inseam pockets too in one of those seams as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I love this pattern.
yeah, you could add the, ruffle, you could do so much to make it your own. I love it. I was feeling it. So, a
Yeah.
few other notes of things that are happening in the Sew Daily universe. We have the Belford backpack is our sew along. It's still live until the end of the month. So hop on that backpack, grab the pattern, follow along with Sadie. She does a great job walking you through the construction for that. And be sure to check out the new season of Style Revive.
Yes.
I love your take on this season so much, Meg.
Yeah, no, it was, I don't, pretend to know everything. Like
You
I
can't. You just
you
can't.
can't. So I really do rely on these wonderful people that I call in each episode. And I'm even wearing
Mhm.
one of the first episode's projects.
It's
This was like
so
a
great.
oversized men's shirt. No, it's like a little cropped bralette. I love it so much. And yeah, experimenting with fabric dyeing, and even I had a neighbor help with filming because Julian had to go back to work, and he actually went after we filmed the tie dyeing. He brought over a shirt. It had this like wolf on it, and he wanted to tie dye. And now it came out so good, and like he wears it all the time. So like I even inspired
That's
my
awesome.
neighbor.
You
He's
inspired
like,
your neighbor.
I know. He's like, "Oh, this is so cool." And then I think he texted me last week. He's like, "Do you have any more of that dye? I have some other things I want to tie dye." It's like it is you just think I just never thought like it just seems like a whole big thing, and like you need so much stuff. And no, I just bought a kit on Amazon, and then it was so easy, and I was so lucky to have the true tie-dye expert Bianca like really inspire
Mhm.
like and just like experimenting with full like that. I think that was my favorite episode for sure.
Yeah.
And because it got to highlight my extremely lime green kitchen.
Yes.
When I was like, it was funny. Like, we're like, is there anything not green? Even my tablecloth, but everything's green. And so, if you want to see my kitchen, definitely check out that
Check out that
episode.
episode. I'm dying to see it. I love it.
Hmm.
We're also going to be talking on the podcast about Halloween sewing a little bit,
Ooh,
which I'm actually doing a lot of this year, but you'll have to listen to the episode to find out
yeah,
what our group
I know.
costume is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited, but I'm not going to go wild with the sewing like from scratch. I'm going to try some upcycles, see what I can like find around the house to creatively repurpose. But I do I do kind of love costume sewing. It's a new thing for me, but I think having kiddos, having those group
yeah,
costume possibilities definitely has inspired me a little bit more. And if costume sewing is something that you love to do, if you're super into cosplay, which there's definitely a growing and amazing and super inspiring
yeah,
subset of the sewing world. We are launching season 4 of Con Crunch on YouTube. So you can watch that season. It's all challenge format. Um, it's so inspiring. I love seeing what people can create with a little bit of stress. They're going against the clock, and, it's just I feel like costume sewing is it's so creative and
Yeah.
really imaginative, and, I wish that I had reason to do it more than one time a year, so I should probably, do some cosplay events and stuff.
Yeah, I know that's super fun. I love the setting
Mhm.
of the show too. It has that like, for me, it's like that Project Runway kind of
Exactly. Yeah,
against the clock for sure.
exactly. Little bit of light pressure applied to
Yeah.
creativity. I like it.
Hmm.
And we also have some awesome new episodes of Stitch Lab that are coming
Hmm.
out. We'll be tackling zippers. Still not my favorite, but necessary for garment sewing. And a little bit later in the month, we'll be talking all about costume fabrics. We have got two amazing guests for that, Cheryl Sabota and Ginger Sheehy Taddock. Kate from the podcast is on. I really learned a lot from this episode, just filming it, just working with those trickier fabrics. There's sequin, there's faux fur. It's a really great episode, especially if you're like doing some last minute Halloween costume making. We're there for
Yeah,
you. We've got the tips.
love
So
it.
many things happening this month around sewing. Join us for that. Pick out one of these new patterns to try, especially a hoodie. I'm feeling the hoodies this year.
Hmm.
I have to say. Um, yeah, fall sewing, kind of
Yeah,
full swing.
I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. Is there any Instagram, like notable Instagram hashtags or challenges that you've been noticing lately?
I don't I can't think of anything off the top of my head that has to do with like fall sewing specifically. Oh, we've got a
Hmm.
visitor.
Oh,
This is Gus. He's here to talk about sewing. Um, but there is a really, yeah, he loves serving on the laptop here. There is a really great challenge that's happening again. I think it just started, but there's a really great hashtag around using your stash, and I don't know if I can find
oh,
it off the top of my head, but there's a really great chart for tracking your progress.
oh,
And the
cool.
goal is to it's like a whole 30 for stash sewing, and you're supposed to use 30 yards of fabric from your stash before you buy new.
Oh my
So it's
gosh.
really inspiring. And I think it's the second round. And I think you know what? I'll put it in the show notes or in our description below so people can find that. But like really great organized way to use your stash plus a community to kind of do it with. So
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna follow that. It's just inspiring to see how people, use their stash. And wow, that's so cool.
yeah, yeah. How about you? Any challenges, any hashtags for the fall?
I'm still like, I guess with everything I sewed green, maybe I'm still just loving that. I need to do a proper post, like the dress, like a crayon or whatever. That I can't get that
Yes.
one out of my like. I need like to like wear my matching like green top. I need to do like a proper outfit and like because I have green shoes, a green bag, green. I need to like do a proper one. So I'm I'm always just dressed like a crayon.
Well, there is, I think we talked about this one for the podcast, but there is the monochrome at home
Oh
hashtag, and it's
yes.
people kind of dressed monochrome in their home, kind of coordinating with their surroundings. You should totally just
Oh,
go
in my
ahead and
kitchen.
do that in your kitchen. It'd be perfect.
Oh, that's I'll have to set up a little photo shoot when Julie get
There you
home.
go. There you go.
Sounds good.
Well, so much to get inspired about this month. I
Yeah.
think I'm ready to jump in, get out my cozy fabrics and some stuff, including
Yeah.
some costumes.
Yeah. And it's a good excuse to sew pants. If you're new to sewing, you've never sewn pants before,
Yes,
try pants. Or if you haven't sewn pants in a while, coming out of the summer,
try them
just
again.
try pants, you
Yeah,
know?
join
Try sewing
us.
some pants. Join us
Mhm,
for sure.
mhm. All right, Meg, you have it lovely chatting with you as always. And
As
thank you
always.
for
You
sharing
too.
your inspiration.
Oh, you too. Thanks for sharing all of your
Mhm.
Instagram knowledge and all your like indie really. I'm still like every month that I we work together, I learn more and more indie pattern companies and patterns. And so like it's just it's growing. And so thanks.
Yeah.
I can't wait to I'm literally I already have that dress like in my cart.
In your cart. I love it so much. Well, keep me posted. Let me know how it goes. Until next time.
I will. Bye.
Bye.
This has been So Daily News.
Exactly.